multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things
interception.
for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the air. Haskins after the pick 6. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Ravens have got it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. RG3 going to bring the Ravens up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play that time for the Ravens. 49 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. They'll run here with Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Haskins will throw, and the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Returnable for Thomas. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-lib.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Griffin.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Griffin. And he slings one that's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Once again, Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Haskins to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And now it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well ranked to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And he works free. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They go play action here on first down. Snead's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
The second down pass.
Let's go now.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. You know,
despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Shifts by him. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now, he's got him in. Complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35. On 1st down, Ingram. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. His second touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
Squeeze, squeeze, double.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Number 53, Mike 53. He's tired of me.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews there to make the grab. as the Ravens push further out in front. They have the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Haskins to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Complete. Richardson has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Haskins on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it's going to be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw, Haskins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Here's Haskins out of the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. On the ground, Geis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now it's Haskins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, 63 yards. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Jackson on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. But now it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL.